What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. My name is Joshua McDonald, and today's video we're going to be going over the 5 best things in the 2024 Chevrolet Silverado EV RST. So let's jump right into it. Before we get started with the video, I know a lot of you are in the market for a new vehicle, used vehicle, or maybe even one of these Chevy Silverado EVs. In the description, I have access so you guys can get the best pricing on any vehicle that you want. Check out the link in the description to get the best pricing sent over to you today. But let's go ahead and jump into number 1. Starting off with the first cool feature on the 2024 Chevrolet Silverado EV RST is the air suspension. So as you can see, this vehicle comes with 24-inch wheels, and we have air suspension all the way around on this vehicle, on the front and the back. And what that allows us to do is when we go inside this vehicle, we have a button right next to the steering wheel where we can raise or lower the suspension. So this is really cool if you want to get that slammed look without having to put coilovers or anything on this vehicle. You can also raise it all the way up for off-roading, but it looks super cool raised all the way down. Now there's a few different modes that you have inside this vehicle, all the way from entry to exit to maximum ride height. So that's one of my favorite things about this vehicle is the air suspension. Not to mention, it makes this thing drive smooth as butter on the road because it soaks up all of the bumps very, very well. So that's number 1. Let's go to number 2. Now, number 2 is going to be the turn radius. This vehicle has rear wheel steering. So when you turn the steering wheel left or right up front, the back wheels are going to turn in and out with that steering wheel to give you a tighter turning radius. As you can see on this vehicle, it is pretty big. It's a pretty big truck, and it's very surprising how quick this thing can turn. If you look at this vehicle in this parking lot can turn completely around with no hassle. So that's one of the main benefits to having one of these trucks. With the air suspension and the turning radius, you really can't beat it. You see a lot of these features on the Hummers, and this is going to be on the GMC Sierra EV as well. So that's one of the main things that I enjoy about this truck as well, is just how easy it is to drive. But that's number 2. Let's go ahead and move on to number 3. And at number 3, we are going to have storage. This vehicle has a crazy amount of storage space thanks to its EV technology. As you can see, underneath the hood, we don't have a motor. We have a big trunk inside of here, guys. Now, if we move over to the sides, inside the door pockets, there's even more storage. You can fit so many water bottles inside this thing. Up front, on each door, you can hold 2 water bottles in an umbrella, so you make sure you guys are well hydrated and you never get rained on. In the center console, you have a 7-gallon storage area right there. Same thing on the back doors as well. Just to prove a point, you can have 8 water bottles inside this vehicle, 4 umbrellas, and you can fit even more inside the cup holders. Now, the amazing thing about this truck is it has the mid-gate. So as you can see, I have that completely collapsed. This allows you to have 11 feet of storage space from the back seat to this tailgate right here. This is the multi-pro tailgate, so you can fold it down into a step, but this allows you to get maximum storage space inside this vehicle. This is a super cool feature from Chevrolet, and you even have the 2-tier loading system. So you can fit some 2x4s across on these little indents and put a piece of plywood on top so you can separate your lower and upper cargo as well. But the storage space on this vehicle is absolutely incredible, as you can see here. Let's move on to the next thing. And at number 4, we're gonna have power. This vehicle is completely electric, as I mentioned before. It has 785 horsepower and 754 pound-feet of torque, which is astronomical for any truck. You're able to reach 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds, thanks to wide open watts mode. Now, the great thing about having a battery vehicle is all of the charging capacity you get. 120 volt outlet up front. If we move over up front in the driver's seat of this vehicle, we have even more chargers. We have 2 USB-Cs, a wireless phone charging, and a 12 volt outlet. In the back row, guess what, guys? We have more chargers. So there's 2 USB-Cs in the back, a 3-prong outlet to plug in your Xbox, PlayStation, whatever you want back there. And let's take a look at where we're going to be charging this vehicle up at. So you have access to level 2 charging, and you have DC fast charging. With the DC fast charger, you can charge almost 100 miles of range in 10 minutes. Total range on this vehicle is going to be around 440 miles. And With that power capacity, you're going to be able to tow 10,000 pounds with this truck. Of course, that's going to decrease the range on it, but as you can see, there are other videos on YouTube explaining how towing affects the range on this vehicle, so check those out. Back here, guess what, guys? We have even more chargers. 240 volt charger and two 120 volt chargers. Now, another cool thing that a lot of people don't know about this truck is you're able to plug this into your house and send power back to your house in case of a power outage. So this thing is a generator on wheels, which I haven't heard of any other truck doing that. But that's number 4. Let's jump into the last one, which I'm super excited about. And last but not least, the styling on this vehicle. So if we take a look up front, we have this super cool LED strip with this Chevrolet glow tie. At night, this thing looks absolutely menacing. Look at this body kit that we have up front. Headlights right below that, and like I said before, the 24-inch wheels. The air suspension on this thing is super cool. You can raise and lower it how you want to, but the side profile on this vehicle looks a lot like the Chevy Avalanche. So a lot of people are calling this thing the electric Avalanche, which is a compliment in my opinion. To the back, we have these LED accented taillights, multi-pro tailgate, all of our towing hookups. Look at how good this truck freaking looks, guys. Now, not only does it look good on the outside, it looks great on the inside as well. This is a first edition, so we're gonna have the red and blue stitching with black accents all the way around, black chrome around our Bose speakers. But look at these back seats, guys. Wrapped in leather with the red and blue stitching, perforations in the seats, looks absolutely gorgeous. Another cool thing is we have a set-in glass roof. So this glass roof has a pretty nice amount of tinting, so it doesn't let too much sun in, but it looks really cool from the inside and from the outside as well. Now, to go along with styling, we have style in the driver's seat as well. Look at this infotainment system. I have Google Maps pulled up on this center screen. We have this steering wheel that's wrapped in leather with red stitching, Super Cruise on it, so this vehicle can autonomously drive itself on any major US highway. RST badging down below, black Chevrolet bow tie. Look at all of the red and black accents that we have inside this vehicle. Another cool thing about styling is this 17.7-inch touchscreen. It's super responsive and it looks pretty darn good inside this truck. This thing is an absolute pleasure to drive. Rear view camera mirror, you just can't get enough of all of the cool technology inside this truck. But guys, that's gonna be it for today's video. I'm gonna give you one last look at the outside of the 2024 Chevrolet Silverado RST EV. Let me know your thoughts on this truck in the comments down below. Now, I know a lot of you guys are gonna hate on this thing, but one thing that we all can agree on is the Tesla Cybertruck definitely has nothing on this. Let me know what you guys think. What's better in the comments? Tesla Cybertruck or this truck right here? But guys, if you're still here, I appreciate you watching until the very end. My name is Joshua McDonald, and I'll see you guys next time.